All right, everybody, we are here with the Losers 8th match between PetresInc and ComplexPlane, two of the most legendary players of this game ever. And I'm joined today by Helix. You want to say what's up?
One of these players will get 7th. That's messed up.
That is messed up. That is a very true and sad statement. One of these players is going 0-2 in this tournament. It's messed up. But yeah, we're here. It looks like these players are already ready to go, so we might get a quick start here. I'm going to go ahead and see if they're ready.
It's also P-Plane. If y'all don't know, Peter has a command in his chat called P-Plane, which is, it mashes together names of Monkey Ball players, and P-Plane itself is Peter, or Petres, and ComplexPlane. So
Yep.
P-Plane.
Mashup.
That's what this is, the P-Plane.
Also, worth mentioning that Complex is playing on emulator, which means Peter is playing on isoloader to match, so their times are going to be, 20-ish seconds better than they would be on not isoloader, but it's totally a fair match still. They're both on the same load times, just got to keep in mind, if either of them PBs, it might not, or it won't actually be a PB.
Dang, okay, no valid runs.
Yeah, no valid runs, exactly. That's the best way of looking at it, but these are still valid races. Peter's saying he's ready for game one, just waiting on the ready up here from Complex. And we will be getting into it.
Complex said yet before you even sent the message. I don't know.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
I think that means, well, he's typing again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I didn't even see that yet message. Thank you.
Another fun note about these two players, they both held story mode all levels record at the same time. I believe it was 28-17?
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
Get some wormhole action here. Complex pausing it slowly and carefully, but it looks like he's got it. Peter doesn't, so Complex takes an early lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Peter had been missing this a lot during his attempts today, I noticed. Hopefully it doesn't hold him back too much. Both players using Mimi. That's neat.
Yeah, both players using Mimi. That's interesting. We don't see many, duplicates in general. Even, me and Goobs, he uses I use Baby, so not many duplicates in this entire tournament. Both players get free fall first try. Complex is off to a great start. Peter's got to be a little upset he missed Wormhole, but, it happens. You just got to be able to bounce back from it.
Yeah, I don't think Peter's going to lose too much sleep over that.
Yeah. I feel like in the early game, that's the mistake that I'm least upset with. Even though they all lose similar amounts of time, I'd rather miss Wormhole than die on free fall, mentally.
Yeah, it's way easier to justify missing a frame on Wormhole. It's like, oh well, it happens.
Complex didn't know he had to boost that. He's going to miss the cycle. We did see Complex Jump Machine once earlier this tournament. It was a bit of a spectacle. And Peter, whoa, smacks into the silver bar. Complex gets out with a 36, not bad at all. Obviously no lag because they're playing on cracked load times. Well, Peter's second attempt, he's going to have to settle for slow cycle here as well. He's just going to take a 43, but Complex getting out of toggle with a comfortable lead.
Yeah, this lead is chunky.
Yeah, he's got to be happy with that. Out, 149 on fade out Peter with his second death, and he missed Wormhole.
This is a really rough start for Peter. I mean, obviously, I don't even need to say it.
Yeah. I will say, in some of Complex's matches in his round one, he had this pattern where he actually played the early game pretty well, aside from the one where he got completely destroyed by Jump Machine. But his early games tend to be pretty strong, as I say that, dies on punch seesaws as well. He kind of unfolded in the late game, where he's less experienced, and they're a bonk into the goal on punch seesaws. And we're back to a pretty close match here.
Yeah, I was about to say, all it takes, 2 deaths. They weren't even particularly long deaths, and we're close again. Oh no,
That's a particularly long death. And Peter
Yes,
taking one as well.
What?
Holy cow, these players getting absolutely steamrolled by punch seesaws. Complex finally gonna get out. And Peter's gonna die again. What the fuck? That's 5 punch seesaws
taking
deaths.
names today.
5
playing around.
5 punch seesaws deaths. Peter's gonna finally get out with a nice 53, but not before Complex is already heading into tears.
Hide your babies, hide your memes. Punch seesaws is coming for everybody.
Seriously. Complex just needs... Oh, he one pauses the last frame. And he misses the adjust. No! Complex hits 11, doesn't know the frame they're going to have to die, and Peter hits the frames. Let's see if he messes up the adjust. He does not. More experience with that adjust than Complex is, and he is out of tiers. Complex needs to hit this here. Ooh, barely gets the adjust to work that time. And now Peter taking a bit of a comfortable lead.
Oh, that's quite the flip.
Yeah, this has been one of the ugliest early game races we've seen, period. Like, from both sides. Both players have, like, already 5 deaths apiece.
Yeah, no kidding.
If not more than that.
I think exactly 5.
Yeah. Peter drops in at 354 on Spiral Bridge. We'll see when Complex drops in. I would guess it's about a 10-second difference between these two. Yeah, 10 or 11. Complex dropping in at 405. Peter with a beautiful Spiral Bridge here. Spiral Bridge from Complex looking good as well. Yeah, both players get nice first cycles. Peter's a little bit cleaner, but, you know, you're just happy to get it in a race. You're not dying to get a 0.5.
Something I saw during Peter's practice is that his Spiral Bridges were looking fantastic today.
It's a great feeling.
As shown there.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Just knowing that you're not going to lose 10 seconds there, or God forbid 20 seconds there. If you miss the second cycle even.
I haven't been there.
Both players getting the obstacle frame and some clean adjusts. Ooh, Peter's Domino looking a little sketchy here. But should be able to get this. Oh, cuts the corner too tight and dies. Complex is going to take the lead here. That's a big death at the very end of Domino.
I was just about to say too. He knows what he's doing. I mean, this is the small portion, but
yeah, Complex had to take a weird ending as well. Gets his 52. But Complex with a very slight lead here because his timer is ahead. Let's see the drop-ins. 5-10 for Complex and 5-10 for Peter. So yeah, we're tied.
Wow. We've seen the end of Domino punch some people in the mouth this tournament. Oh no, Complex
misses that adjust for Civ. Meanwhile, Peter gets a 95-95, so no fast ending, but the slow ending is way faster than dying.
Dying on Civ sucks because you have to wait so long to even start the pause strat.
Yeah. Complex gets the 3-frame back up there. Takes a ton of time to pause it, but he gets the frames, and he's happy with that. He's happy to just be moving on. It's just going to be a game of not dying for both of these players, because with the amount of deaths we've had so far, the path to victory seems to be just die less than your opponent at this point. Oh, those walls were brutal! Peter's double spiral walls were absolutely brutal. And Complex catches right up. Peter's still ahead by about 2 seconds, despite how the video looks. Peter getting Complex not getting first try, and Peter getting second try. So the death on double spiral is a wash. Complex just needs the second try right now.
Looks good.
Yeah, he's got it.
Well, double spiral not happy today either, apparently.
Yeah, claiming a life from both of them. I would even go as far to say that they will both probably die on it in one of the next races as well. I'd be surprised if both players only die once on that stage. It's a bit of a demon. Both players nailing 53 hierarchy though, and Peter with this bracelet setup looking a little scuffy, but ends up getting a really nice IGT out of it.
Yeah, Complex actually had a really good hierarchy, 53.2 as well.
Oh, very nice. Complex's bracelet's looking a little weird as well, but has just enough speed to get up to the red goal. Not a huge deficit here, about a 1-stage difference between these two.
Yeah, this is still super close, especially with how much they've been dying.
Peter going for this inside strat on momentum can be really tricky and goes just a little bit too close to the edge. Let's check the drop-in times here. Peter 7:18 and Complex 7:24, so only 7 seconds stand between these two right now. And Complex with first try momentum, that's huge.
7 seconds is 1 death.
Yeah, the gap is close.
Sometimes even half a death.
Let's see how Entangled Path treats our players. Even the best players have been missing Entangled Path in these tournament matches. And Peter, just as I say that, and Complex! Peter's death was a little bit longer, though, so Complex actually made up a couple seconds in that death, funny enough. Peter dying again, and Complex getting it, so that's going to give Complex the lead here going into Vortex.
They keep dying on the same stages. I'm telling you, these two are linked.
Yeah, seriously.
Small record at the same time, P-Plane, these two are the same person.
Yeah, Complex missing the frame on Vortex, though, so we're going to be back to really close to tied. 8:07 for Complex, 8:07 for Peter. We're dead tied.
Same person.
not only dying on all the same stages, but the lead has changed back and forth like 5 or 6 times already. I feel like both players have had the lead 3 times apiece.
And they got the same set on Vortex.
Trampolines here for Complex, not going to get the collision, whereas Peter does. Peter will be moving out, taking the lead back with authority. Complex getting zorped off that clip again. I think he's trying to do the story mode setup where you just go at 0.5, and it's not working out for him because it is a little bit different in Challenge.
He is. He's doing it too late.
Earlier.
Oh, that one worked anyway.
Yeah, that one works anyway. It does work sometimes, but it's definitely more consistent if you go a little earlier in Challenge mode, like you were saying. He's going too late. Peter getting out of swing shaft as Complex comes into it, so those trampolines making a big difference here. We'll see their exits from the bonus stage here. It looks like Peter's going to be about a 902, high 901, low 902, somewhere in that range. We'll see where Complex is. Still in this race for sure, with the amount of mistakes we've seen. But this is the biggest lead we've seen for Peter, for sure. This Complex is going to get out at like a 920, so yeah, almost 20 seconds between these players right now. Peter's looking to have a clean split, but as I say that, taking a death on the adjusted chip pipes, a lot of uncharacteristic deaths in this race for both players.
I mean, if this is what's happening in the base 50 with stages that both of these players generally have experience on from story mode, I really wonder what we'll see in the extras and master.
Yeah. Worth mentioning, that second chip pipe from Peter was also really, like, not well adjusted, but made it work anyway, somehow. And Peter missing the second frame of Guillotine, gonna have to fall off. That gives Complex a slight lead going into these frames. Complex missing it as well, though, I believe. Does he know the backup?
Oh, he does.
It looks like he does. No, he does not.
Oh, rip. Complex actually got the same frame that Peter did, 66 on the second frame.
Yeah. Now he needs 66 on the second frame. Gets it this time. Just needs 16, and he's out of there. It looks like he's got it, but Peter taking the lead back. Just, again, so back and forth between these two in game one.
Every time I see people miss, the second or third frame on Guillotine, I'm thinking just learn the new stat. There's so many more backups.
There are definitely more backups for it. In challenge mode, I would agree that the down frames are just better, especially because you can do them in 2 frames reasonably. Very nice corkscrew there from Complex. Saves half a second over Peters and just pure IGT, pure movement.
Yeah, well done.
Wow, they were like dead synced there on the video, but into different stages.
I enjoyed that. It was cool.
The ready go happened at the same time, just for different stages. Peter with a little scuffy twin base and lost a little over a second there. Let's see if Complex is able to polish it up. He obviously goes in the other direction like a weirdo. But he nails it, so who am I to complain? 11:03 through the goal on air hockey for Peter. We'll see where Complex is. Not too far behind, though. Going to be looking at like an 11:16, I believe. Yeah, 11:16, so a 13-second lead here for Peter. That is not a huge lead at all. Peter just not even going to use the charge frames and getting bad walls, so...
Interesting.
See what Complex's game plan is for the stage. Yeah, Peter's definitely going to have to take an extra cycle here. Going to be able to get his 44. Not terrible. Complex missing the second frame, so...
Oh, that's big.
Peter might actually save time here, just committing to the pauseless. Oh,
Yeah,
good speed bump, though, for Complex. Oh, if he had gotten a clip there, he might have gotten over, and then he messes up, and now he has no speed. Complex is getting eaten alive right now as Peter takes a death to Strata, so I believe... Oh, Peter is using frames here on Strata. Complex is not going to use frames. I saw him practicing pauseless Strata extensively. Peter finally gets his frame set, so he'll be out. Complex, if he gets first try pauseless, that could be big. Oh, too much neutral.
Yeah. Complex really enjoys puzzle strata.
He does. He's always been a big fan of the strat. He always said that he wanted to learn expert specifically for this strat, and then he finally did. Gets it second try. That's huge. Keeps him in this race.
Cheeky little 53 giant swing from Peter. We'll see if Complex can match.
He's on the main set. Gotta be comfy with that. Gets his frames. Oh, he pulled back too much. You do have to pull back to make that work, but just pulled back too much. You pull back after you're already, in position to get on the swing. That's the trick, and he doesn't know the 35 backup, so Peter is now running away with this. All he's got to do is put together a clean little endgame stretch here, but he is in great position right now.
Good free throw.
Complex gets the adjust this time, getting his mid-52. But yeah, unless we see some serious meltdown here from Peter, especially on this stage, because this stage is so long and so tricky. Let's see. Beautifully adjusted.
Well
Moving
done.
right along. Complex
I was gonna say that
50.7
construction
on 5 drums, huh? That's what we're
Oh
doing.
wow, what the heck?
I didn't even see how it happened. I just looked over and saw that he was either behind or ahead of cycle. He must have done cycle skip or something.
Oh, Peter
he just-
bonks on train worm.
Did he just adjust 50? 50 just works. That's weird. Anyway. Peter 1339 out of train worm, so yeah, like we said, the lead right now is pretty much too significant to bring back at this point, especially after Complex took that death on free throw, and maybe this death on free throw.
No, we're in
Nice,
there. We're
good
in there.
save. Good save.
Well done.
Very well saved, but obviously still not ideal. Peter, not even close on that centrifugal. I'm not even gonna try and be nice. That was a really bad centrifugal from
Completely
Peter.
whipping. Calls the centrifugals looking like me on a bad master attack.
This one looking a little bit better. There we go. Cleans it up, gets a 0.9.
So it looks like construction went well for Complex too. I was gonna say that stage can definitely cost a few lives, but not this time. Train worm has been the bigger issue.
Yeah, both players dying on train worm. And Peter getting hit up by the swing bridge. Oh, you have to go behind it. Yeah, if you go in front of it, that's likely to happen. And it takes so long to die. Look at this. Finally falls out at 43 on the timer. Yeah, if you get hit up like that by the swing bridge, you gotta go behind it. Complex still dying to train worm.
What is that Fallout plane doing over there?
Peter finally getting out of swing bridges here. Complex still over on train worm. Gets out this time. But Peter's lead is about a minute at this point, even with that massive death on swing bridges. And a death on pad. This is probably the worst I've seen Peter play expert in a while. He's slipping up on a lot of stuff.
This is the worst I've seen a lot of people play expert in a while, admittedly. This is very uncharacteristic of both of these players to die this much.
Yeah, I'm not saying it to bash on him. I'm saying it like I'm legitimately just shocked to see this level of mistakes from two, really high caliber players.
At least it's both of them and not just one of them, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to see somebody just get completely washed because they're playing bad and the other person's playing good, Those are the worst.
But there's so much time for them to clean it up. I mean, there's at least 2 more races.
Yeah, for sure. But in the meantime, Peter does look to be in control of this one. This long tour is looking really good. Yeah, nice mid 49.
Beautiful.
Peter is in great position right now. He's looking at like an 18, probably.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
If you told Peter, what's your goal time? What do you want to be getting in these races? I promise he would not say 18. Oh my goodness.
I love going too fast on double twin.
Ooh, Complex with a really nice looking Taurus here, actually. Even better than Peter's and better mid 49.
They've had killer long Tauruses.
Yeah, those are 2 amazing long Tauruses. It's still not really close to whoever in chat said getting close. Peter's lead is still really significant. Getting the clock face frame. We'll check their times out of clock face, but Peter's still leading by at least 30. 16.
I mean, a couple planets deaths would make this interesting.
True, or a Nintendo
I don't
death.
expect it to happen, but
Oh my goodness.
especially with that Complex, please.
Dude, this is insane. They're too good to be making these mistakes.
Yeah, I'm so surprised. Like, these players are so good. What's going on?
They're just doing a lot of stupid stuff. Peter got that clip on double twin. Like, that's like day 1 mistake. Just slow down. You'll be fine,
Peter is playing way better than this in practice. I didn't see Complex's practice, but I know he was practicing as well. So it's not like these players, haven't played expert all day.
True. Beautiful striker there from Peter, knowing to just air boost all the way through and get into the goal, into the very bottom edge. Very nice. This planet setup looking good. That's just not even true, Benexi. Peter was playing expert all day today.
Yeah.
Leading up to this.
A couple hours in this morning.
Yeah. He did not stream PvZ. He streamed expert. And he played pretty well.
He did.
Complex getting rolled by Variable.
Please.
Reminder that Complex started this race with 99 lives, meaning he has died 23 times plus more because he's gotten at least one 1-up. Man. these late game
Terrible with-
stages.
Having its way with Complex right now.
Peter is going to be making his way out for a mid-18. But like I said, that is not a time that Peter's got to be happy with. Oh my goodness.
No.
This makes me sick, man.
I can't do anything but laugh. I feel so bad.
The last turn of Nintendo? What is going on?
These runs are so cursed at this point. I don't even know what to say. Just end it.
Yeah, please. I wanted him to just get in the goal on Nintendo so we can move on to game 2 and hopefully see a better showing. Holy cow. Here we go. Peter with a 1905. That is not ideal for Peter. It's enough to win, but that would not be enough to win against anybody else, realistically
Imagine
speaking.
if I walked up to you and told you a 1905 would be a winning time this tourney.
I would think you are lying. I would not believe that for a moment.
I got stuff to do today. We can't have these games taking 20 minutes.
Right? Complex not even able to get a sub 20. Sub 20 hype only worked for Peter.
Peter saying in chat, can't believe I had some legit second place attempts today. Something left me after my break.
I guess
I'm not
so,
rusty,
man.
by the way. No misinfo in chat, please. Yeah, no, I've been saying that Peter was definitely playing today and playing well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Complex getting out with a 2006. Oof. That's a woof. Hilariously scuffed indeed. Complex dropping the truth in chat.
From both players.
Yeah, I mean, it was an ugly game one, but sometimes ugly games are the most entertaining. We did see a lot of back and forths in that match up until Expert Extra when it was pretty much sealed up for Peter.
It was a fun game for sure. It was a complete mess, but it was fun. And again, not to bash either of these players, not to throw shade or anything. They're both incredible players, and it's surprising more than anything to see all these deaths from them.
Yeah, that's really the brunt of it. We're not trying to be mean. We're good friends with both of these players, Complex and Peter. Good friends of both of ours. Not bashing them at all. Just calling it what it is, which is not ideal gameplay. Just waiting on Complex to give us the ready up here for game 2.
If I were Complex, I'd go practice variable with.
Or just learn the frame at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
These players should be off in just a moment here.
Alright, let's see. A cleaner game 2. Fingers crossed.
That's what I'm saying, man. Complex missing the first frame of Wormhole. He's just going to have to take the slow finish here. Meanwhile, Peter... Oh, one pause is the last frame. Very nice.
Wow, well done.
And he is out of Wormhole very nicely.
So this is, so far, basically a mirror of what we saw last game. With Peter missing the frames that a Complex last game. Oh, weird entry in free fall, but gets it.
Yeah, but just barely sneaks in. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is just the reverse of what we saw last race, where Complex had this lead in the first split. Last race we also saw Peter die on Jump Machine and on Toggle.
Yeah.
So hopefully we won't see that from
Complex.
Complex.
Like 10 seconds on Jump Machine.
Yeah, last race was ugly from the start, and it only got worse as time went on. But this is already looking much better, especially for Peter, as he's moving into Jump Machine on nice pace.
If we start listing last run's mistakes, are going to be here a while.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, missing the clip on Jump Machine here. You're going to have to settle for a slower cycle, but he'll be alright.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I wonder if he's going to go for the direct goal entry for 43. Doesn't look like it, no.
Yeah, okay. I saw him doing it in attempts. I didn't know if he was going to pull it out in tourney.
Yeah, especially because it's lagless either way, you know. So you would only be saving IGT at that point, which he must deem as not worth it. Complex getting up on the same cycle here, just barely. Almost died there, falling off the red platform. Or not died, but he almost fell off the red platform, which loses 10 seconds.
I wonder if Complex playing on Dolphin has anything to do with it.
I know he said during his last match that he has no input lag on his Dolphin, or no noticeable input lag on his Dolphin, so...
Interesting.
Oh, Peter with a beautiful combination, getting a nice squeeze at a 0.6. That's ideal.
I mean, that's Peter's bread and butter, that combination, so
True.
well done.
Complex looking to match here. Not quite as nice, but still very good, yeah. Still a solid combination. No punch seesaw's death from Peter. That's gotta feel good. Not dying on the stage that killed him last race. Complex died on it quite a few times last race, and he's gonna die on it again.
Yeah.
Peter died on brandished. Here we go.
No.
Here we go. We're doing it again. Oh, Complex, you're dead. No.
Seesaws woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I don't know. No!
I don't know why Complex got the clip and just kept going straight instead of going to the right like you're supposed to. I don't really understand that. Tries to take it slow, dies. Peter missing the frames on tiers for the second time. Gonna rapid buffer across. Hopefully he's able to get it, but this run is off to a pretty similar tone as that last one. Peter gets through with the rapid buffers. Complex gets his beautiful 47 unpunched. I think the best part of this is seeing Fade's reactions in chat, knowing that Fade is playing the winner of this. Peter finally going to get out of this split after some serious scuffage here. Complex looking to get these tiers frames. He's got the 20, just needs the 95. Misses it, gets 93, gonna have to die, and Peter's lead is going to be absolutely massive coming out of the second split.
93 is one of the frames in this game that hurts the most.
Yeah, 93 on the last frame of tiers, because there's no backup for it. You just have to die. It stinks. Gets the red goal this time, Complex does. But the lead right now is over 30 seconds for Peter.
Yeah, no, this lead is absurd.
And judging by, just their general derustedness, Peter obviously has been doing PB attempts seriously lately. Complex has been pretty much the opposite, not playing much at all. I trust Peter's ability to close this out with a lead.
Yeah, Complex has been absurdly busy lately, actually. Has not really had time to play at all, so that probably contributes to this a bit.
Yeah. Just for pace marking purposes, I want to note that Peter's time into the goal on obstacle was 4:13. So we'll have to see what Complex's is whenever he gets there.
We still remember it by then.
Yeah. 4:13 is the magic number out of obstacle. Nice domino there for Peter. Oh, this lead is...
Garbage cycle.
This lead is gonna be way too much.
Yeah. It would take a complete meltdown for sure. I mean, we saw it last game, essentially, but...
He definitely did. Peter taking a big death here on Civ. That's how it starts.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here's obstacle. So Peter was a 4:13. Complex a 4:59, 5 flat.
Yeah, so a 45-second lead here for Peter, but the death on Civ obviously did happen. So closes that a little bit, but Peter's lead is still very significant. Oh, this domino looking good. Oh, the goal entry arguably shouldn't have worked, but...
It was a good IGT too, 52.98.
See the Civ here on this backup. Same backup he got last race. Gets it first try. Huge.
Alright. Complex knows his stuff on Civ, as he should, one of the small stages.
Yeah. Beautiful pauseless double spiral. Peter getting revenge on it from last race. That is huge, Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. He's dead.
Peter.
He's dead, yeah.
Peter!
That is the biggest death that you could possibly take in maybe the entire run. It's like up there with Corkscrew.
He's not doing that again, for a month at least. That's one of those deaths you do once, never again for a long time.
Yeah, you forget that it's even, something that can happen until it happens, and you're like, oh, okay. Nice double spiral here from Complex, hopefully able to actually go in the goal. Fade, what happened to Peter on double spiral? He bonked the goalpost and died. That was awesome. 53 hierarchy working out for Peter. Let's see if Complex is able to hit it. They both hit it last race. And Complex getting a little too much. Tries to retry, thinking he's playing story mode. Really awesome to see.
Reviewing the stage. You love to see it.
Does it again with that death on hierarchy. So just as Peter left the door open, Complex says, no, 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 no. Close that door. It's fine. It's fine.
Close that door. You're letting the AC out.
Right? Gets the setup for 53 hierarchy, but a little too deep before he gets that bounce. Has to just pull out and get 51 instead. Oh yeah, the lead right now is really big. Peter taking too big of a wall of momentum and just dies. Complex, missing red goal on bracelets. This is...
Well, we're playing Pistons.
Peter dying again on momentum. Oh, man. Peter finally getting momentum this time. Complex gonna take a nice cycle here on Pistons.
No. No.
Oh my god. This is so stupid. Peter with the worst entangled ever. He got a 0.48. That's like an insane IGT, but it's one of those insane IGTs that you only get if you did it wrong, you know?
I'm losing my mind.
Did Peter just rebuffer 98 on Vortex? What is going on? They're rebuffering working frames.
Well, he hit that. I don't know if he, like... I don't think that was on purpose. He hit that frame last round.
Nice trampolines.
That was... He bonked it. He rubbed against the side of that platform. That was a little scary on trampolines, but it worked out.
Yes, able to know that it's still going to work. Complex dying off the inside of momentum. We've seen quite a few deaths like that from both players. It is the risk on this stage. It's a tough balance between, you know, not falling off and not hitting that bar. Peter taking a death on swing.
Yep. I saw him going in there with so much speed, I was like, uh-oh, he's gonna die.
Complex dying for a third time, I believe, on momentum.
Peter's swing shafts are looking weird.
Complex dies on momentum again.
Complex, do the frame or something, please.
Or just stop dying. Oh my god.
No. Oh, that one looked like a better attempt, too. There it is.
Gets
momentum strat's tricky.
out. He got out. It is a tricky strat, but I don't know if it's died 6 times on it tricky.
It's not for a player of Complex's caliber.
Yeah, exactly. Peter getting 43 on chip pipes does not know how to make that adjustment work. It is really, really tricky. That's an understandable mistake to make.
Yeah, that one's a nasty frame.
Gets to 46 this time. Should be in good shape here. Very nice. Complex getting past entangled on second try as well. Peter looking good, just needs this last frame. Nice, pauses directly to it, 25 to 16. Very nicely done.
Complex in the meantime landing Vortex.
Yeah, very nice. Both players cleaning it up just for a brief moment. I'm sure we're going to see a death on corkscrew and a death on trampolines right here. Ah, halfway there.
Oh no.
If Peter dies on corkscrew, I'm so sorry.
Oh, he almost did. He went really close to the windows there.
Oh, actually gets a good one. Gets a nice one. Complex dying again on trampolines. He just needs to... He needs to learn that you just need to go earlier. He's doing the story mode timing. It just doesn't work as well in challenge. It can, but it just doesn't work as well. And then tries to make it work when it just clearly wasn't gonna. That was not the bounce he was looking for. Tries to force it.
He bonked off the bottom of one of the platforms, and if that happens, you're not getting the good bounce.
Yeah, there you go. Gets it this time. Really scuffy, but he manages to make it work. This is, man, both of these races have been pretty scuffy, ugly. But, moving along, alright? We're moving along.
Not over.
He gets air hockey 1040 through air hockey, but he's out of the base 50 before Complex is even into serial jump, so this race is, for all intents and purposes, over. Yeah, unless we see some something horrific happen in extras. Oh, this is beautiful. This is going to be a 48 for Peter if he gets a clip here. Yep. Oh, gets the low hit too, so a high 48 charge. That's amazing.
Fantastic charge.
We're going to see Pausel strata. He did mess up the pause strat once last race, so maybe just trusting his ability to hit it pauseless, or maybe using it as a, you know, splash some water in his face, hit the hard strat, wake yourself up, but misses it here.
I was thinking maybe with that charge he wanted to go for an expert gold.
Oh, that's true too. I didn't even think of that, but that's very true. Yeah. Misses pauseless strat again. I wonder if he's going to switch to the pause strat or just stick with pauseless. Looks like he's sticking with pauseless for now.
I know on lots of good runs he just ends up missing the frames and then says later, well, I should have just done pausal strat. So
Yeah.
maybe that's part of the thought process.
It's one of those things where you think the safety strat is safe, but then when you miss it, you're like, man, I should have just trusted myself, you know? Like, why put the stage in the hands of pausing instead of, like, putting it in my own hands, if that makes sense. But, gets out a giant swing first try, very nice. Only a couple deaths on Strata hung him up, but the lead is so significant at this point, it's going to be really hard for Complex to come back. That was going to be, like, a 0.9 corkscrew, but it takes a big bump.
That was looking great.
Nice 5 drums there from Peter. He'll be moving into free throw. This free throw looks really good. Nice and low hit. Yeah, gets a nice 51-6. Very good. Oh, Complex with a weird loop there on twin basing. Gets just looped right out and dies.
Peter's extras outside of like Strata have been looking pretty good.
That's true. He hasn't messed up, you know, free throw, 5 drums, construction, giant swing. Those some of the trickier stages, you know, it's weird that he messes up stuff like swing shaft and chip pipes in, you know, chip pipes messed up in both races. There's a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes, but the stuff that you kind of expect even good players to mess up, Peter has been nails. He needs 50 just works, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna go tell him that after this run.
Yeah, 50. It's 51-50 on first try.
Yeah, well, not this run, this tourney. This tourney match.
Yeah. But I mean, he made it work, so more power to him. Complex using these charge frames, just needs to hit the last one here, and then the adjust. Looking good. Very nice charge frames.
There you go.
Peter taking a death on Centrif, but
Again.
this, it stinks because normally mistakes like these, like 2 mistakes on Centrif like that, would normally be so consequential. But in this kind of circumstance, like, Peter's already pretty much won this race, so you can kind of get away with it. And he misses the goal trying to do the backup, and he's just going to die, taking a 20-second death. Like, something like that would normally be, like, race losing, you know? But he's winning by so much that it just doesn't even matter.
I wonder if he would even be going for Basel Centrif if he didn't have this much of a lead. Like, do you think he knows?
Yeah, I think he knows. I think he knows.
I think so, too.
Oh, Complex. Do you see that? He hit off the top of the goal
wild.
and then bounced off the back and then in.
Strata does that sometimes. For as mean as it can also be generous in certain situations.
True. That swing bridge was really close to not working there. It looked like he was going to get a clip at the end, just like in the first race, but doesn't. Complex with a nice giant swing, getting bonked, but he got the frames. That's what's most important.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little greedy in the adjust to mess it up. Not a big deal.
Very nice passage there from Peter.
I wonder if we'll see another, like, 0.75 drums.
Quite the opposite. Maybe a 49.7. But he gets out without dying, and that's what's big, you know.
Exactly.
I always feel like a broken record, but in tournament matches, not dying is priority number 1.
Yeah, no, in almost any tournament match, I mean, not dying on 5 drums, you take that. It doesn't matter what IGT you get.
It's looking like another good Taurus from Peter. We've seen some great long Tauruses. Peter with a 49.45 and then a 49.51.
49.51 after bonking the goalpost, too. He could have entered even faster.
Yeah. Oh, nice spasmodic here from Peter. Did he hold up from the start or something?
And he must have. I was watching Complex's screen.
Me too. Gets it this time.
Complex nails train room this time. It's good. It took him a bit last time.
Yeah, he died on it like 4 or 5 times last race, I believe. Peter on double twin. We did see a very silly and uncharacteristic mistake from him on this stage last race, and it looked like he was going to die again.
That was the scariest double twin I've seen in a long time. You deserve that goalpost.
It's a 45 for his troubles losing of like a full 3.5 seconds. Gets the clock face frame though. He will be moving on here. 16:00 through the goal on clock face. That's Complex takes a weird. You see that?
Yeah, he went directly left.
Yeah, the
Weaver
edge
just said, absolutely not. Go home.
Yeah, like hitting that edge kills you either way. But hitting that edge and getting sent to the left just feels extra rude.
Yeah.
Nice first try with there from Peter. And yeah, like we've been saying, this race has been decided for a good while here. As long as Peter doesn't have a complete and absolute meltdown in extras. Oh, another 54 here? Nice! Another one of those air boost 54s. Really hard to notice when you have the speed to get to the goal, so good recognition there by Peter. Both of his last 2 strikers.
Well done.
This planet setup looking absolutely perfect.
I was about to say, that looks real good, and it is.
The times the first race, Peter got a 19:05 and Complex got a 20:06. So, and they're on ISO loader, so even worse than it sounds.
Complex just a little bit too far left on Long Taurus.
Yeah, he was in position to get a good IGT there, just landed a little bit far to the left. He did get a really good bounce. Let's see if he's able to get one this one as well. Oh, a little far left's going to kill his IGT a little bit, but still going to get a nice 49 out of it.
Not bad, not bad.
Peter with the sub 18 and coming in hot as long as he gets Nintendo.
He died on the last turn last time. I don't think that's a mistake he's going to make twice.
I don't either. I would be shocked to see him die on this again.
I feel like at a certain point you just understand Nintendo and you die on it like 1% of the time.
There we go. Peter making his way around the last turn, and that is going to be a Game 2 victory for Peter, going up 2-0 in this match. 17:54 is the finish. And even though it is a market improvement over Game 1, that is not a huge bar to leap over, and Peter probably still quite not thrilled with that performance.
Yeah, I mean, the high 17 is definitely not what you want for really anybody in this tournament, but improvement over the last run for sure. I mean, I don't know, if he improves by that much again, he's getting a 15. True!
Complex gonna just use his handy-dandy emulator save state to get right back to the menu, and we'll see when these players are ready for Game 3.
I lied, he'd get like a mid-16, which is still not bad. Complex saying, nah, I used BXY start. Oh, well, okay.
Fine. Okay. Looked like a save state, alright? Looked like a save state. Peter's response to my let me know when ready for Game 3 is pretty awesome.
It's really good. Adding that gift to my favorites.
This was Peter's response. I'm putting it up on the stream.
Quote, I am ready for another space, and that might have been 2 spaces.
Yeah, that's definitely 2 spaces.
Open parenthesis. Close parenthesis. Crap. Nice counting block.
I mistyped, alright? I said 5, 3, 3, 2, 1. It was a fail. I'm aware. Complex did not start on time at all.
Wants more monkeys. Alright. Are we redoing this one?
Peter missed wormhole, so I think we can redo this.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, let's get back into it here.
Complex has not reset his timer yet. There it is.
Both players should be off in a moment here. I did not mistype during my countdown this time. Complex is off, Peter's off, we're good.
Block has attended kindergarten, relearned how to count.
I've relearned how to count down. Counting down is significantly harder than counting up, alright?
True.
Complex gonna miss the wormhole frames here. Peter 1 frame away. He gets it. So Peter taking an early lead here, just like last race. And it is worth mentioning that in the first race we saw a bunch of lead changes back and forth, but in that last one, Peter had the lead for the entire race.
Yeah, and it really only grew.
Yeah, he never let go of it. He left the door open on some stages, like double spiral, where it got kind of close for a second, but oh my!
And that double spiral. Whoa!
Complex with a death on freefall after missing wormhole, the nightmare start, and then bonks the edge on freefall. So this is gonna be a weird finish here, but he makes it work just barely.
Not bad. I can't even fault him too much for that free fall. That looked like one of those that just happened sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, when I say nightmare start, I don't mean it's entirely like on him. Sometimes you have a death on free fall that really just shouldn't have been a death, and that was kind of in that territory.
Speaking of deaths that are just like complete flukes, you were talking about Peter's double spiral last run, and there's no way that happens again. He's not blocking the goalpost on that stage again.
Yeah. Peter getting a nice fast cycle up to the top, gets his high 44. Almost got smacked out before he could get in the goal, but gets there just in time. So best jump machine of the match so far was Peter there. And also Peter's best first split of the race. He just gets out nice and clean. No real hangups. He's got to be happy with that. Uh-oh.
Oh, complex.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I get bunked up again, yup.
Oh no.
Okay,
Complex jump machine. It's happening again. He might be okay. He needs to air boost. No! He needed to air boost and then land around that, rather than trying to force it into the goal. Air boost. Okay, he's good. 23 jump machine after a death on free fall and missed wormhole. So Peter is leading by almost a minute at this point. Oh, very nice pullback on punch seesaws there for Peter. That was very smart.
What a save.
Peter's exit was a 139 from the bonus stage. Looks like Complex is going to be having a 223 here, so yeah. Almost a minute lead
How it
here.
goes sometimes.
Almost a minute lead here early for Peter. Nice one pause there. Gets the frames as long as he hits this adjust. Peter is off to a great start for the first time in this match.
Sure is.
He's
Punch
gotta be
seesaws
feeling good.
has destroyed Complex lately, so we'll see if it can go better this time.
Oh,
Nope.
not so much.
Directly into that hole.
Oh no, why are you clipping off the middle circle? Where is he going? No!
Oh, we're having a whole adventure on the first platform.
Alright, well, I don't want to call it early here, but it's not looking good. Peter is on a clean run. What would be pretty much a PB attempt if he was playing on vanilla, but he is on isoloader, so not a valid
level
run.
now. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Complex just making his way through the level. Probably should have done this from the get-go. He gets there. Nice 43. He dies, what, 4 times and then takes a 10-second time loss?
It
Not
goes
ideal.
3 times, but even then.
Not ideal. This is maybe the biggest lead we've seen in this tournament, full stop.
Especially, like
early.
yeah, Peter wasn't even through an obstacle by the time this lead had shown itself.
Yeah,
Like,
Peter just hasn't messed up yet.
yeah, no, exactly. Whoa!
Wow, he got
Complex.
kind of close there.
That would have been sick. That was sick, even. Like, I don't even care that he didn't finish it. He got so far in that.
Gets the frames this time, just needs to hit the adjust. He misses it.
Oh.
And, yeah, Complex is out of this. Like, he basically can't win anymore. Peter is just winning by
Yeah, this
Like-
lead is...
almost 2 minutes at this point.
Complex isn't even doing red wire at this point.
Yeah.
You all know what that means. We're playing Narrow Peaks.
Nigeria Narrow Peaks! In the Challenge Mode tournament! Let's go!
Chat's popping off.
Oh, and he misses it. Yeah, this is the most lopsided match that we've seen in this tournament, full stop.
Yeah,
It's over. Like, we're 4 minutes in, and this match is over. Complex
Yeah,
taking his
absolutely.
3rd death on Narrow Peaks.
this is something I do in PB attempts if I like completely whiff red goal. I'll just go into green goal and try Narrow Peaks, and if I get it, then I continue the run. If I don't, I just reset.
Peter with first try doubles power. Peter still just hasn't messed up. I almost wish Peter was playing on vanilla because this would be a solid pace in vanilla.
Yeah, me too. I bet Peter he was playing on vanilla. I wonder if he'll continue playing after this tourney today.
He might. If this last match continues going clean, he might. Because he is on a hell of a pace right now.
Took a couple runs for him to warm back up, but he is flying right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Isoloader gives him, like, a lot of time, but a 535, that's what Record is out of bracelets. Record is 535 out of bracelets, but doesn't have Isoloader cracked loads, so... Peter, if he were on vanilla, would be, you know, probably a 542, something like that. I would guess, you know, 7 seconds in loads and lag on jump machine, something like that.
Mm.
But Peter is on a clean run. If he were on vanilla, this would be a legit PB attempt.
Complex missing Spiral Bridge cycle. Unfortunate. He did get it both the other runs. Peter hits momentum this time. That's big. He definitely was messing that up early.
You know who's the least happy person in America right now?
Who's that?
Fade, who got to watch both of his potential incoming opponents play like complete clowns for 2 matches, and then all of a sudden Peter starts playing out of his mind. So now Fade has to be afraid of him again. It's a tough spot to be in.
I mean, you were gonna be afraid of Peter to begin with, like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
If you're Peter's opponent, it doesn't matter. Like.
You know
he's
how
such
good
a
he is.
Player. This is absolutely like.
Yeah.
Bad gameplay from him is totally a fluke.
Yeah.
I mean, same with Complex. Like, I think if Complex wasn't so busy and had ample time to prepare, he probably would be playing way, way, way better.
Yeah, Peter with a smart pullback there on trampolines, realizing he didn't get the collision that he needed for the 52. Only loses 2 seconds to it. That's the biggest time loss of the run so far for Peter.
Yeah.
He's completely
good run
shredded.
alive.
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Finally takes a
Again!
big mistake, and it's a really big one.
Just as I was about to say, I think if you're Peter and you like PB this, then you just have to start playing again right away.
Yeah.
On like real hardware.
Complex just got Civ hit. Yeah, he did, and then he died. The goal. He's going for it again. Almost gets it that time. I want to see him get a successful Civ hit. That'd be cool. He's just trying to put on a show, at least knowing that this match is super over.
I respect it.
Oh, dies on the turn of Civ. Oh, Peter's taking the death on
serial jump. No.
He's got to keep his head in it. After that death on swing shaft, it's easy to get a little tilted, you know, because you had a really clean run and died on something that you probably shouldn't be dying on in swing shaft. You know, it's just a clip. But got to keep his head in the game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
43. Does he know how to make it work? Almost, but not
tried.
quite. It's really tricky. That's a totally understandable mistake.
I definitely had to go with the practice ROM and just rapid fire. Practice on 43 to learn it.
Yeah, one of the trickier frames, just period. But yeah, like you were saying, Peter, you know, bad gameplay from Peter, and even from Complex if he were more warmed up, is super kind of fluky. So, you know, it might seem like even if Peter wins this, he's going to go get beat up by whoever he plays next, but that just isn't true. Peter could show up against his next opponent and just play, you know, at a record level or like near record level and just really show up and show out. He's capable of beating anybody in this bracket if he plays well. It's just a matter of playing well when he needs to.
Yeah, I think his 50-52 doesn't accurately reflect his skill level at all. I mean, we've seen paces from him too that are on like second place caliber.
Yeah, he's had some legit like low 2x paces recently. Just a matter of, you know, playing consistently and making it happen.
I've literally been in voice call with him. He'd get like an incredible pace out of extras, die to strata twice, and still get like a 15-5x.
Yeah. Definitely. Not only is his PB not indicative of his gameplay, or like his peak gameplay, but also these tournament matches. This one has been a little bit more reflective because he did play so cleanly for the first leg of the run, but he is capable of beating anybody in this bracket, so do not sleep on him, especially in his next match where he will be meeting Fade. Again, I'm very much assuming he's going to win this. Sorry if that's rude, but he's ahead 21 stages, so I think I like his odds. Complex doing blue goal bracelet strat and not doing it properly, that's for sure.
Complex is showing off, and I respect the hell out of that.
I'm going to switch back to the red goal strat. Probably a wise move, seeing as blue goal is not good in challengement.
XL run, do it. Get world record.
Hey, he did already play Narrow Peaks. Peter sticking with pauseless charge here. This clip looks really good. He might be able to get a 48 here if he clips. No clip. That just means he's going to get a nice 45 guaranteed. Very nice. Not perfect, but not bad at all. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially in the turn.
Sticking with pauseless strata. He's a believer. Let's see if he's able to hit it. He got it second try last race, I believe. First try in this one. Very nice. One of the hardest strats in the entire game. Peter's off to a rip-roaring start here in extras.
Complex main set on Giant Swing.
Yeah, as Complex nails Entangled, Peter gets the main set on Giant Swing, gets a nice high 52. He's in very good shape.
Ooh, Complex does not know the 91 backup on Vortex.
And like you said, I believe last race you said that Peter's extras had actually been really clean, aside from like stuff on Strata. This time getting Strata first try and also looking to clean up the rest of it. So extras, funny enough, despite being the hardest split in the run, arguably, have not been where Peter has been struggling.
Which is great to see.
Yeah, it kind of speaks to the flukiness of his mistakes. You know, if you're playing pretty well and you're dying to everything in extras, as we say that, he dies on free throw. But like, if you're playing well, but you're dying on the hard stuff and extras, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, that happens. But in Peter's case, he's dying almost exclusively on kind of silly, fluky stuff, which means if he's able to clean up that fluky stuff, he'll be in great shape to just start playing out of his mind in his future matches.
Absolutely.
Destruction here, looking to go 3 for 3, hits 58. Does he know the backup for this?
No.
I think there is a backup for that. I believe Fade found it.
I think it's like 3 extra frames or something nasty,
Ooh.
but yeah.
That's kind of
I think I also might have went and found one, I don't remember.
Peter with the second load adjust here. A little far behind, but I thought he was going to get Party Ball, but able to sneak in.
I thought he was dead for sure.
Yeah, it did not look like he was going to get all the way there, but Air Boost just enough to make it happen. Let's see on Train Worm here. We use the frame again. Gets 51. That one I know he knows works.
Yes.
He's out, moving into Master. And he's still looking to get a nice little 16 here. And like we mentioned, obviously they are playing on Isoloader, so his time isn't exactly as good as it looks. But even so, would be very happy with a mid-16, I think, here, just because it's a significant improvement over how he had been playing in the previous few matches.
For sure. I think for almost all of these players, a mid-16 in a tourney setting, you're decently happy with that.
Yeah, it's good enough to win a lot of matches. Not like every and any match, but mid-16 is good enough to beat a lot of people, so can't be too upset with it.
Absolutely.
Peter with a nice first try Strata, or first try Centrif, and then first try Swing Bridges. He's off to a good start in Master. It's the first time he's gotten both of those stages first try. Follows it up with a nice and clean passage. Peter is looking to get this done. Moving into Long Taurus here. We have seen some really good long Tauruses from him in both races so far. Mid-49 into mid-49. This one not looking quite as good, but might still be able to get a low 49 out of it. Yeah, gets a low 49 with a bonk. So no bad Tauruses from Peter. That's got to feel good.
That's impressive.
Yeah, he really hasn't been playing badly, especially in the late game. He took some silly deaths on, like, he took a really bad death on Nintendo and a silly death on Double Twin. But again, I feel like every time we talk about where Peter has died, it's like something kind of stupid and fluky. Like, a lot of the really core, difficult stuff he's had dialed in, which is super impressive and also bodes well for him.
Just another weird Double Twin. Looks like it's going to work out this time, though.
Yeah, not quite as weird as some of those other ones he had. Meanwhile, Complex trying to hit these charge frames again. Misses the 90, but gonna teleporter bounce. No way!
What?
The double wormhole bounce on charge?
That did not just happen.
I can't believe that.
That did not just happen.
Double wormhole bounce. 2 times the bounce.
That was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
That is insane. And then the Strata following looked absolutely perfect, but gets goalposted. That is the Strata.
I hate to be that person, but like somebody's got to clip that, right? Like
yeah, that was insane.
Please, if someone's not doing it, someone's got to do it.
Double wormhole bounce. First time I've ever seen that. Not to mention in a tournament match. It's pretty ridiculous. Ooh,
I didn't even know it was possible to lose all your speed like that and still somehow make it to the platform.
He like got dead stopped by the first one and then hit like the forward edge of the second bounce, or on the second bounce, and got shot forward just enough to cross the gap. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, 99 times out of 100 in that situation, you're dead.
Yeah,
completely, no shot.
Now getting absolutely rolled by Strata. Peter did have another nice 54 striker. All 3 matches he's had 54 strikers. Very impressive for Peter. Finally getting past Strata, but Peter only has 2 stages left. He's going to be looking to get a nice nice mid-16 here.
Got a D-weight to flip.
True. Yeah, let's see. Peter's going to drop in here looking at a 16-21, assuming he's able to hit Nintendo here. And Peter's got to be feeling good. He played really clean for the first, 38 stages. Really, his first big mistake was on Swing Shaft. And then he also cleaned up pretty well. Took some kind of fluky deaths, one on free throw, I know. There was some goofy stuff, but he's got to be feeling really good about his overall play in this third match. And going into his upcoming match with Fade, that's a good feeling to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, I mean, when you go from, what, like a 1905 to a 17, not like a high 17 to a 1621, that's some good progression.
Yeah. Complex going for Pausel's giant swing in the meantime, trying to entertain us a little bit. But Peter bringing it home with a 3-0 victory against Complex. I would say like a commanding win. Oh, I thought he was going to get the giant swing. I would normally say, a 3-0 is like a really commanding win, but it wasn't as commanding as it could have been. The first race was surprisingly close for how sketchy both of the players were in that match, so not exactly the most dominant win, but a win nonetheless, 3-0, and he'll be moving on to play Fate.
He won with a 19. He got a 19 and it won.
That is definitely a first time. 19 is a winning race time.
Yeah, as you said, Peter will play Fade. Winner of that match will play Amoeba. Then Goobs, and then you, Glock, sitting there in winner side of Grand Finals.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gauntlet here. So Peter can absolutely run through it, though. That's the interesting thing. Peter in losers round 1 here, but he has I would say, pretty similar odds of beating everybody remaining. So Peter is absolutely capable of just running through and running the table and beating everybody.
That would be, I want to see it. That would be probably the most impressive losers round in any Monkey Ball tourney.
Yeah, it'd be really exciting. So we're gonna have Peter versus Fade as soon as that's scheduled. We'll be able to get that one ready and get it going, and then after that it'll be winner plays Amoeba, winner plays Goobs, winner plays Glock, like Helix had mentioned. So that will be it from us here tonight, though. Peter with a nice 3-0 victory. Until next time, that'll be it from us here at Monkey Ball Speedruns. Join us next time for Fade versus Peter. It'll be an exciting one. Helix, thanks very much for the awesome co-com, as always. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. And until next time, that'll be it from us here. Have yourselves a great night. Peace.